Hey everyone, and welcome back to Info 3370, studying social inequality with data science at Cornell. Today in class, we together worked through this process to download data from IPUMS. And if you had any trouble along the process, there's this recap video, which shows you how to download the data from IPUMS. Then we moved on to the first part of this working with microdata exercise. This is the exercise we're going to work on in groups for the coming days. And you're going to learn lots of tools for data wrangling. So filtering to reduce to cases of interest, mutating to create new variables, and ways to summarize aspects of the distribution in subpopulations. What we did today was just to download this R Markdown file and then create a working directory where we're going to handle all that work. So when you click this link, you're going to get an R Markdown file. And I encouraged you to create a directory on your computer where you'll store the data that you've downloaded from IPUMS, and also this R Markdown file that we're going to work with in class. Then we opened that R Markdown file, which has all the information that you see on the course website for this particular exercise. So it has the instructions up here, and then we get into our first code chunks. So you can see this chunk that we've already written for you loads the relevant packages, which is the tidyverse package for data manipulation and the Haven package for reading Stata files. Then this section talks through creating the working directory, effectively that folder on your computer that I just showed you on the previous screen. Then finally we ended class by accomplishing step 2, reading the data into R. And so I want to show here how we can use the read_DTA function from the Haven package to read this data file into R. So the first thing we did was to set our working directory. And so if you're on a Mac, you can go to get info here and copy this where line. Just did Command C. And if you're on a Windows, you can find the file path to where your folder is located. And now when you knit the R Markdown file, R Markdown knows to look in this directory because it's going to look for the data in the same directory where the R Markdown file is saved. But if you're working like in the console while you try to produce your R Markdown file, you might want to make things easier on yourself by setting the working directory. So let's see how the setwd command works. So this is a command to set the working directory for R. And the working directory is like the file place on your computer where R is going to go to read files and write files. And so let's go ahead and set the working directory to whatever place on your computer is the folder where you're storing this R Markdown file and also the data file that you'll use. So there we've set the working directory. Then the next step is to read the data file in. So here we've told you to store the data in an object called micro for microdata, meaning data on individual people. So we're going to create a micro object, and we're going to store in that micro object the output of read DTA. So let's look at the help file for read DTA here. So you see this is a function from the Haven package, and it gives you some information about how to work it. And so here what you're going to read in is the file. So the file equals the name of that file that you've downloaded. So I'm going to copy this name here and paste it here. If this is the first file you've downloaded from the CPS, that will probably be CPS_00001. You see that it's my 64th download. Then I'm going to run that line. And now I have micro loaded in. And so in class on Wednesday, we're going to start looking at this micro data set and exploring some more information about these 2,199,620 observations. So looking forward to that.